guys, Courtney here with Courtney's Customs, and today I'm going to be doing a beginner's video. I've had a lot of comments about people calling themselves newbies or saying that they're wanting to start getting into the tumbler making process. So I wanted to make a beginner's video. I haven't really done anything like this in a while, and excuse the green mica powder and Mod Podge all over my hands, but I'm going to show you guys just how to do your basic full glittered tumbler with a basic vinyl decal. And I think this turned out really super cute. It was on my website, but it's gone now because, I mean, look at it. It's just so cute. Just like, look at his face. I love it. So I'm going to be going over all the basics with you guys. My way of doing it, I'm sure if you look up other beginner glitter tumbler tutorials, there are several different ways. It's kind of just like finding what works best for you and going with it, even if it's making up your own way. So to start, I have a 20 ounce from Maker Flow Crafts. I'll make sure to put the link down in the description. I am going to be sanding it with a sanding block. I'm not 100% sure about what grit this is. It came with, yeah, I do, 120 right there. This is 120. It came with 220, 80, and one more, but I've had it for so long I threw it away. So I just grabbed one. This is the 120. And what you're going to do first is take your bare stainless steel tumbler and sand it down really good. And what that's going to do is give your tumbler like a little bit of texture for your paint and your glitter, your Mod Podge, your epoxy, whatever, to grip onto. So I'm just sticking my hand down inside the tumbler here, and I'm going to start sanding it. I'm going to put music on over this because it's like nails on a chalkboard for me. I cannot stand the sound of it. So I'm going to turn up my music here on my phone, put some music on for you guys so you don't have to hear this. Alright, so now to clean up all that kind of like dust that it creates, I just have some 91% rubbing alcohol, and I'm going to put just a little bit on a paper towel, and that's what you can use to kind of clean it up, because look what happens when you do that. You can also take it inside and wash it with, you know, soap and water. This is just what I prefer to do. I feel like it gets off quite a bit of the gunk. So now the next step is to start spray painting your tumbler. And my biggest thing, if you're using, you know, glitter for your tumbler, this is the glitter that I'm using. This is Marmalade from the Glitter Grind. I very highly recommend base painting your tumbler the same color or as close as you can get to your glitter. This is going to, of course, give your tumbler like a similar base color. So you're probably only going to have to do one coat of glitter instead of like if I were to base paint this white. I'm probably going to have to do a couple coats to get a nice smooth looking glittered tumbler. So I have my turner arm here. This is from Bama Cups. My whole setup back here, this is all from Bama Cups. The link will be down in the description. But this is PVC pipe and a pool noodle. That is what I put down inside of my tumbler so I can have something to hold on to while I am spray painting and glittering and decaling and all that good stuff. So now this is Real Orange from Rust-Oleum. It's not my favorite because I feel like it runs quite a bit. This is a gloss. I really prefer to get matte or satin paints. I feel like they dry a lot quicker and they definitely don't run. But the gloss is what I have on hand. So I'm going to take y'all outside and show you how to spray paint the tumbler. So now that this paint has dried, which it's been, gosh, maybe 30 minutes or so, I've just been kind of working on other stuff, I am going to come in with my Mod Podge, and this is the one that I get mine from Amazon. I'll make sure to put links to everything I'm using down in my description for you guys too. And this is just a Wet n Wild makeup brush. I also got this from Amazon. It's what I use to apply my Mod Podge. The softer the bristles, the smoother of a coat of Mod Podge you're going to get on. Now, some people put epoxy onto their tumblers, and that's what they use for their glitter adhesive. Me personally, I have tried it in the past. I didn't like it. I prefer the Mod Podge method, and that is totally personal preference. There's no right or wrong way, just however you feel more comfortable doing it. So since I do the Mod Podge method, I am just going to take my makeup brush and put on a nice, smooth, even coat of Mod Podge all over this tumbler. And make sure you pay special attention to the rims, the bottom and the top, because I seem to miss those sometimes if I don't go like this way across the rims and then this way down the tumbler. I just always miss it, miss a spot. Not that it can't be fixed, it's just kind of a nuisance when you do that. So don't forget the bottom, get around the rims really well. And once all of this is on, Mod Podge dries pretty quickly, so you want to work fast. I'm going to take my glitter here, and I have a piece of wax paper under me to catch all of my glitter. And all I'm doing is sprinkling the glitter from top to bottom, all the way around the tumbler. Also, the whole top to bottom thing, that's just the way I do it. If you want to do zigzags, I mean, that's up to you. Just make sure the whole thing is covered and it's even. And don't forget the bottom as well. And then you're going to want to tap excess glitter off of the tumbler. And that's completely normal to have excess that just is laying on top of the glitter and not sticking to the Mod Podge. And this is why I say to base paint your tumbler the same color as your glitter, because now you look around and it looks completely covered. If there's an orange spot coming through somewhere, you're gonna have to like have your eyeball directly onto the tumbler to see it, because I base painted it a similar color. So after glittering, you want to wait about 5 or 10 minutes to give that Mod Podge a chance to dry. And then you want to go outside and spray this on it. It doesn't have to be this particular brand, but this is what I like the best. This is 2 times Rust-Oleum Clear. This is a sealant. And you're going to spray it all over the cup, just like we did with the spray paint. And once it dries, it's going to lock all of this glitter in place so it doesn't move around when you put on epoxy. Now when the sealant is completely dry, it's time for its first coat of epoxy. The sealant takes maybe 5 minutes to dry. If you do a light coat, it really doesn't take that long at all. And some glitters, whenever you spray on the sealant, especially if you use maybe like really dark glitters like black or like a really dark brown, I feel like it really takes away from the shine and the sparkle. But don't worry, whenever you put epoxy on it, all of that sparkle is going to come back. Okay, so it's the next day. There's 1 coat of epoxy over this. It is a little bit rough here and there. So I'm going to take the sanding block I got from Amazon. I'll make sure to put the link down in the description. And I'm just going to sand. It doesn't take much. And get around the bottom really well. So that feels good and smooth. So now at this step, I like to go ahead and take an X-Acto knife, and there's a lot of glitter up here by the rim. I like to just very lightly scrape that off. And I'm not adding a lot of pressure at all, really. It's just the weight of the knife on top of the cup. And then take the sanding block and again, go around the rim really well. And now I'm going to do 1 more coat of epoxy to make everything super smooth to put the decal on. Okay, so after 2 coats of epoxy, this is nice and smooth. There's no bumps or anything anywhere. So the little face that we're going to put on it, I think I got it from Etsy. I'll make sure to put a link down in the description. All you have to do is just search for like jack-o'-lantern face, SVG or something. I'm sure there's tons. So I cut it out with my Cricut. This is Oracle 651 permanent black vinyl. That's what it's cut out on, and I'm going to show you guys the very simple weeding process for this particular file and then get it onto the tumbler. So this is a very, very simple basic design, so it's going to be really easy to weed. This is my weeding pick. It came with my Cricut, and I'm just going to pull up a section over in the corner and see right there. I wanted to come up with it. That's no big deal. You can just take your finger and push it down. That's why you want to go nice and slow. And there we go. So now we have our decal cut out. Now you're going to need some transfer tape. You can get transfer tape, Cricut brand. I use clear laminate from the dollar store. Dollar General, to be exact, is where I found it. It's so much cheaper. It works perfect. And I mean, I like to use it over the Cricut brand vinyl. So I'm just going to place my transfer tape over the decal, kind of working my way with my thumb to get it all nice and covered with no bumps or wrinkles or bubbles. Now this, you can use this little tool that also came with my Cricut, or you can use a credit card, anything that you have like that on hand if you don't have one of these. And I am just pretty much pushing that transfer tape down onto the vinyl so everything sticks together really good, and I can peel it up like so, and it's going to be stuck right there to the transfer tape. So now it's time to actually put the decal onto the tumbler. This little gadget right here is, to me, a necessity. You absolutely don't have to have it, but I recommend getting one. This is a cup cradle from Bama Cups. I'll make sure to put their link in the description. It's the same place I get my tumbler turners. And you can place your tumbler on it, and it just helps you kind of keep your tumbler in place, keep it good and straight, so your decal will go on straight. So now I'm just going to peel this transfer tape up, slide my tumbler over here, get it good and straight. And what I like to do when I apply my decals, my vinyl decals, I like to take the tape and kind of fold it like a taco and start with the middle part of the decal down first. So I'm just trying to make sure my tumbler's straight, fold it like a taco, and put it down. Get the middle on there good, and then work the sides, especially on a curved tumbler like this, or a tapered tumbler, I should say. All this is doing is really decreasing the chance of me getting like wrinkles or bubbles in my vinyl. Now that's not needed anymore. Pushing down all over the vinyl just to make sure it's on the tumbler good, and slowly peel up that transfer tape. And there we go. So now the only thing left to do is put epoxy on here. You don't have to do any sealing, or you don't have to put Mod Podge on it, nothing. You just go straight to epoxy. My rule of thumb, whether it be vinyl or a water slide decal or anything, I like to put 2 coats over it, just to make sure that it's protected really well. The tumbler is good and, you know, thick, I guess, so less chance of there being any damage to it, if somebody drops it or something like that. So I'm not going to do anything else to this tumbler other than pop it on my turner back here from Bama Cups and put 2 coats of epoxy over it. So I will make sure to come back and show you the end result of that. Alright, so here we go with some epoxy over it. This is done. We don't have to do anything else to it except clean up this rim. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So I'm taking this little X-Acto knife, and I'm just very lightly going around the rim. See, there's some epoxy that got on the rim. Just very, very lightly scraping that off. And if there's any inside the rim too, which normally there is, but somehow this time I didn't get any inside the cup, I just scraped that off too. So I'm just going around and looking for any little bits of epoxy. And once I think I have all of the epoxy off, now I'm going to go back in with my sanding block and just very lightly go over the rim to make sure that everything is smooth there. not too much, because you don't want to scratch something up and have to epoxy again. So after that, I'll go in. This is pure acetone, the little bottle. I got this from Amazon, and then the pure acetone is from Amazon also. I would show you guys the bottle of the acetone, but I threw it away a couple days ago because that's all I had left. So I will be getting more soon. But this bottle is completely optional. I just think it's a lot easier, more convenient. I take some cotton balls, get some acetone on my cotton ball there, and just go through, and it'll probably take you, 2 or 3 cotton balls. Cleaning up the paint and the glitter that got inside that cup. And now the very last thing I like to do before I either give it to the customer or ship it out or whatever it may be, I do like to take it inside. I will wait another like 24 hours or so, but I'll take it inside and use a baby bottle brush and just wash out the inside of the cup, kind of give it a good rinse down before I hand it to the customer. So that is your basic glitter and vinyl tumbler. That's it, guys. So before I go, I do have y'all's cup of positivity for the day, and today's quote was actually sent to me by somebody on my Facebook group. I didn't ask if I could say her name or not, so I'm not going to, and there's also no author, I'm sorry, but today's quote is, "Don't let a little negativity stop you from seeing all the good that's around." That's all I have for you guys today. I really hope you all enjoyed the tutorial. I hope it was helpful for those of you who are new with tumbler making. And if y'all have any questions, like always, please feel free to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Be kind, love one another, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.